Hey guys, welcome back to Crafts Go Bloom. My name is Krysta and today I'm going to be going over everything I crocheted in the entire month of February. I will have all of the links down below for each of the patterns that I mentioned, and I will list them in the same order that they're mentioned in this video. Some of these things I may have talked about in a previous video, so I'm going to move kind of quickly through them. So I made a whole bunch, I think I made 18 of this Oak and Marlow Maple chicken. I get asked a lot which color sells the best for me in this chicken, and all colors sell. So I just make it with whatever color sounds fun that day, or I make it with whatever yarn I just have left over. As long as it's something in the realm of like a natural chicken color, it sells well. Like if I make it in blue, it's probably not going to do so great, but any of these like tans, blacks, whites, grays, browns, they're all good. Another chicken related item that I made a ton of this month, I made what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of my keychain chicken pattern. This is free on Instagram. I have it as a PDF on my website, and I have a video tutorial out for this on my channel. I have 3 of my cat pattern. The black and white is in Bernat Blanket tie-dye-ish, and I think that this one is Bernat Blanket Sand, but I'm not sure on the color name. But this is no-sew, takes me about 30 minutes, and it sells really well for me at markets. And these cats, I just happen to have neutral colored cats, but they actually sell really well for me in pinks, blues, greens, yellows, purples, oranges, black. They sell in absolutely any color that I have. Up next, I have my flamingo keychain pattern, and this is no-sew, and this can be found on my website right now. Up next, I have some unreleased patterns. This is the same pattern, I just wanted to try it out in different colors for a no-sew monkey. And I mentioned in a previous video that if you want to test patterns, I'm looking for pattern testers, but I look for them on Instagram only. And when I'm looking for those pattern testers, I will make a special post that will say like monkey pattern or whatever the thing is. Another thing I made this month was a bunny, and so earlier this month I did a bunny tester call. And so I will stick a picture of it on the screen here so you can see what I'm talking about. That post will be on my Instagram. That specific post will not be, because we've already done a bunny tester call and it's already finished. But in the future, I will have a post like that. It will say tester call, and then if you read the description or like the caption under the photo, it will have all the rules. There are rules, and I do try to stick to them. It kind of weeds out any like spam or anything like that. So all the rules are there. I got a lot of like emails and messages asking about it. Everything you want to know is on those posts. And the bunny is no-sew, of course, as well. I made 2 of these little green chicks, and this is actually the exact same pattern as the keychain chicken. I just didn't put the comb on it, and I made it in a bright green color because I had some bright green left over. So that pattern is really great for tiny scraps. You only need 0.65 ounces of Bernat Blanket to be able to make one of those. I had a little bit of green left over from Leggy Frogs. So I have 7 of them that I made with a grumpy face, and then 2 of them that I made with happy faces this time. And these sell extremely well for me at markets, the grumpy and the happy ones. And they sell in any shade of green, but they don't sell well for me in like yellow or orange or anything that's not a green. Up next, I have my pineapple pattern. Again, this is a no-sew pattern of mine. And this one takes me almost 2 hours to make, so it's a little bit longer with all of those bobble stitches in there and then making the leaves on the top. But it has sold pretty well for me at markets. I don't make a ton of these to take because they're just not in my most popular price range, but I think I've sold probably like 3 of these so far. And then up next, I have 2 bees that my daughter made. And the pineapple, the monkeys, the bunny, these bees, these are all made in Joanne Big Twist Posh, and I really love Posh. It's actually one of my favorite yarns to work with now. But I know that as of filming this, they recently went out of stock, and there's kind of some question on if it's coming back in the spring and what that's going to look like. So if you have Posh, that's what it will look like. I know that it's a difficult yarn to get a hold of at this point though. So the next thing that I made in Posh this month is an unreleased pattern that I haven't shown anybody yet, and it is supposed to be this little husky dog. And then I'm working on taking this and making a modification so that it looks like a German Shepherd as well. So you'll see that in next month's video. So this will be something that I will eventually have a tester call for. I don't have a tester call right now. I need to finish writing this pattern and a couple other things, and then I'm going to put a few things out all at one time. But that'll get announced on Instagram through a tester call. Up next, I made 6 new patterns that all follow sort of the same design shape, and they just released a couple of days ago. So if you're seeing this, they are out on my website. And so I started with this here frog, and I have kind of like a super done up version and a simpler version. And these are all sitting animals. So they're supposed to look like they're just sitting down. You can see their little feet. And then here's a third frog like that. And then there's also a panda bear. It might be a little difficult to see him with all those colors going on behind him. There we go. You see him up there. And he has a little panda tail sticking out. I think this is probably my favorite of the sitting animals, this little pig with a little curly pigtail, and you can see their little bobble feet right there. And these are all no-sew. The pig needs a magic ring or a magic circle to make the nose, but otherwise the other two don't use a magic circle at all. If that's something that you're looking for, is no-sew patterns that don't need any magic circles. And the pig's ears, you crochet over them, so they don't have to be sewn on. And then I have a little cat, also has a little cat tail, and an elephant. Now the elephant, you need to make a magic circle to make the ears, but none of them require, they start from the top and go down. None of them require a magic circle for that. And an elephant is my favorite animal, so I'm excited that I finally have an elephant pattern. And then I made this chicken, and this, it does look similar to the ones that I've made before, but this one works just like the other patterns and goes top down. You surface crochet the comb on, and this is just a color change for the beak, so just like all my other patterns, it's no-sew, and I find ways to get around sewing. And then this is the exact same frog, but I made it in Posh. So I've got Posh here. This is just regular burnout blanket. And then this is Joanne Big Twist Plush. So I was just trying to make some size comparisons because I wanted to add these to the patterns because I thought that all of these yarns would be around for a long time, and then I ended up not doing it because right as I was doing these, I think I only made the frog really in Posh as an example. That's when Posh went out of stock. But this is really similar if you make it in Parfait Chunky. So those are the 6 sitting animals that you'll find on my website. Those are the ones that are released and out, and everyone knows about those. But then I have some unreleased sort of extras that go along with that. So along with the larger sitting frog, I also made this smaller sitting frog that you can make much quicker. So again, here's Big Twist Plush, Bernat Blanket, and then Big Twist Posh. And this is almost like keychain size. This one's pretty small. And then I made it in Bernat Ogo just to have some more colors available. So here you can see the differences. These are the 2 different sitting frog patterns. So this is on the website, and the smaller one's not out yet, but this is a size difference in Posh. And then this would be like the plush size difference. So I made one mod for the larger version of this sitting frog here, and it has this pouch inside with a mouth, and then you can reach in and grab out this long tongue. So I will be posting this over on Instagram eventually as a free modification, but you're going to have to go get the frog pattern first. And so along with this frog, and you can roll up the tongue and stick it back in there, I also made him, because he's trying to find some lunch, or she. So there is a little fly here. Now, I made this frog, this whole thing was made with Bernat Blanket colors. I think these are actually all Ogo colors, but they're the same size as regular Bernat Blanket. And then I purposefully made this in Posh. Now, I know we've talked about how it's kind of difficult to find Posh right now, So you could make this in an acrylic yarn or velvet or parfait chunky, like a chenille yarn, just as long as like it's a smaller size yarn than what you made the frog with, it's fine. So there's a little fly. And then in Posh, I also made this spider. Here, I can show you against the back of this frog to make it a little bit easier to actually see against all those colors. So it's hard to tell because it's black yarn. It's hard to tell black yarn, you know, when you're looking at it right in front of you. But there's a magic circle in there, and then you've got the 8 legs of the spider sticking off. So I made this in Posh as well, and they will fit down inside his mouth. So he can eat them all and then curl his tongue back up. But I made it in Posh because the first thing I did was make it in Bernat Blanket. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of a size difference. And it's really only like 2 rounds for this whole spider pattern, but it was way too big to fit with this size. So the pattern works, but I would suggest doing like acrylic yarn or something like that. So very excited about this interactive guy here. And I hate spiders, but I'm gonna hide these in here. So there's gonna be a spider in my video. It's kind of like those little critter books. Did you read those little critter books when you were young? There's like a spider and a mouse on every page. I also don't like mice, but I love those books. Okay, so I made the 6 sitting animals, I made the frog modification, and now I am trying to come up with different pattern packs of the sitting animals. So a couple ideas I have are next, well, maybe not next, but like coming soon once I have them all written and figured out. I want to make a pack of sea creatures. And so if you follow me on Instagram, I talked about it in my stories a few days ago that I've got a crab that I'm working on. And that one's almost finished. And then I have a few other things that I haven't shown yet. And then my other idea is to make a sitting bug pattern pack. And so the first bug that I have done and ready to show is this adorable bee. I love it so much. Little wings on the back. It was my daughter's idea to see if I could make a bee, and then I've just been like running with it and coming up with other bugs. So I'm not sure if it'll be all bugs or maybe like bugs and something else that's a very like outdoor summertime, springtime kind of creature. But you can be looking forward to a tester call for that eventually. And I just tie my wings on. And this one you'll have to know how to make a magic ring for the wings, but otherwise the bodies don't need them. And the frog with the tongue sticking out doesn't have any magic rings anywhere. It's just crocheting over different parts. So as long as you're familiar with that, it's pretty beginner friendly. Or I've really been learning that even a lot of my friends who are not beginners, they still don't enjoy making magic rings, where it doesn't bother me at all. I actually think it's pretty fun. And the last pattern that I have to show you is yet another one where I found it and I loved it, and I've got like 10 of them here. So here are the first 4. This is not my pattern. This is a free pattern on Instagram I'll link to down below, but it is this adorable little no-sew gecko, and I have made it in every color of Posh, of course. I'm making it in every color of Posh. I don't have them all done yet. I kind of started at like the purple blue end of the rainbow, and I'm working my way through. So you'll see the rest of those in next month's video for sure. I think these are going to be really great sellers at markets. And I'm kind of making a rainbow because I'm not sure which colors are going to be more popular, and then I'll try to remake the colors that sell out. But I think that they look cute in all of these. And after making so many in Posh, I wanted to make a couple in Bernat. And so this is Bernat Blanket Brights. I think this is Red, White, and Boom. But I love the texture of this yarn, so I definitely wanted to make one. And then this is a Bernat Blanket Dots, I think was maybe the like set of yarns. I think it turns out really cute. And I think they remind me of Randall in Monsters, Inc., if you've ever seen that movie. If you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, this won't make sense. But Boo is hitting him with the baseball bat near the end, and he keeps changing color, and so I just kind of want to go like look up all those themes and make like all the different Randall colors, because I think this pattern is super fun. These take me about 45 minutes to make, so they're not They're not as quick as something that's about like 30 minutes, but they're so worth it in the end that I don't care. I just want to keep making them. And they pass the test where my kids keep wanting to steal them all the time. So we've talked a lot. We haven't actually talked. I've talked the entire time and you've listened. Thank you. I've talked a lot today about the issues. I don't know if they're really even issues. The problems people are having, though, with finding Big Twist Posh for sale still. It's been, like, rumored online that they're going to come back out with it. My personal opinion, I have no proof. I am not sure. Are they coming back out with the same colors again? Will it come out in the same limited run? Will we get new colors, less colors, more colors? No clue. So things are kind of up in the air. I do, however, still love Big Twist Posh, and if I can get my hands on it at Joann later this spring, I'm watching, and I would definitely buy more. I also think that it's going to sell out at my markets. In effort to sort of like find a replacement, I was told about this other Instagram account, and I don't think she's here on YouTube, but she also has a website, and she's really active on TikTok, and her name is Kayla's Crafts 97, and I'll link everything of hers down below. But she just released her own yarn, and so it's Kayla's Crafts Naughty Ball, and it is extremely similar to Posh. It's like the same thickness, it's got the same feel, but she was able to find it in more colors. So I'm already excited. I can't wait to make chickens with this and have red to make chicken combs. I am able to make like other birds and things in Posh, but since there's no red, it's difficult to figure out like a natural looking chicken color. So these are 100 grams and a skein of Posh is 200 grams. These cost $4.50. These cost $10 full price. So if you buy 2 of these, it's only $9, and then it's technically cheaper. It's $9 to get 200 grams or $10 to get 200 grams. I hope that makes sense. I bought this the other day, and she did a drop. She was live on TikTok, and she sold out within 2 hours. So she is completely sold out as of recording this, but I do know that she's planning on ordering more, or she said she's planning on ordering more. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what I got, and you should definitely go follow her, comment, let her know, so that she knows what she should buy for next time, because I think this is pretty awesome, and it's a good alternative, and it comes in other colors that I can't get in Posh. I think I've already said that. There isn't like a color name on here. I know on the website and on my, and on my receipt, I think I can see the different color names, so I apologize, I don't have the exact names right now. But this is a darker pink, orange, a blue, white and yellow. Now, this is March 2nd, I want to say, as I'm recording this, and I just bought them like a week ago, and she said that it would take her about 2 months to get them back in stock, so be prepared to wait a while. But I think it's going to be worth the wait, and I would love to show her a ton of support and support a smaller creator. Now they're all in these bags, so I'm not going to crinkle every single one of them. I'll just show you in the box here. Can you see all of them at one time? Yes, you can. Okay, so we have a tan, a kind of medium shade green, lime green, and this is actually like a dark hunter green, darker blue, brown, black, where I said tan, a mint color, purple, and red, and then all the other colors over there. So I'm really excited. For everything I crocheted in March, when you see that next month, you're going to be seeing a lot of this. And I can make even more geckos in all those colors. Just to be clear, I am not in any way affiliated with Kayla. I even had to just double check that I got her name right. I was just super excited to find a yarn that is like the perfect texture. It's not shedding at all. I can pull on this extremely hard. It's also not breaking. So you have to pull pretty hard for it to break, so I'm not concerned about it breaking. But it's the same thickness as Posh, so I plan on using the same size hook. And I expect projects to turn out to be that same like smaller size compared to like a burnout blanket, like a big yarn. So this would be like a weight 4 or 5. Posh says that it's a weight 5, but I don't. Some of the weights are kind of like, are they? Are they not? So guys, that's everything I crocheted in the month of February. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope you subscribe so you can see what I'm up to in the upcoming months. I also have tons of these patterns that are mine over on my channel as free tutorials. And once market season rolls around here, I will also have some market vlogs to fill you in on how those things are going. Leave a comment down below and let me know which pattern you would make first, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.